feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me.
Well, based off the title of this video, you know, obviously I'm on my way to pick up a TI, but about halfway there, a little more than halfway there, and my oil pressure in my truck has been dropping since I started this trip. And I've had a belt squeal too. I threw an idler on it this morning before I left, but I think it could use a tensioner, and I have a spare one with, so I'm going to throw that on. And because between the belt squeal, I can't tell. It sounds like there might be some top end noise going on, so I need to address that quick while I'm on my way here and see what happens. Well, I'm back on the road now. Replaced the tensioner and squeal went away. There's still something else squealing, but the AC belt looks like crap and that tensioner looks terrible too. So that could be it. But back on the road, I've got about 15 miles, 15 minutes to go until I get to the guy's house. So smooth sailing so far.
Accountability, they want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and fuck all the doubters. They're just fucking...
Well, here it is. So this is a 98 318 Ti in Maria Green. It's currently an M44 auto car, and the M44 is disassembled is the best way to put it, I guess. I think the story is something like the guy was doing a head gasket to it and sold it midway through, and he had sold it to the guy I bought it from. So no idea what condition the M44 is in, but that's irrelevant. But it makes it very easy for me to pull it out at this stage, because there's not much really left to do on the engine side of things. It's going to be super easy to yank out of here. The exhaust is already removed, but it came with it also came with this. This is an M52 B28 as far as I can tell. There's a VIN on the back of the block that I need to get and search it and make sure it comes back to that. But looks like it has the right amount of plugs for the O2 sensors, and it has pink injectors, so all signs point to it being an M52. But like I said, I just need to do some more research and figure out exactly that's what it is. So if you couldn't guess already, the goal is to M52 manual swap the TI. I have a bunch of parts I've been kind of sorting through of my own already that I've had. I don't quite have a full manual swap, but I have most of the things to get it rolling. Obviously there's some parts that are going to need replaced, clutch kit, but I think I have a flywheel. I'll need to source a trans and a drive shaft, but even that I might have. So that's the goal for this car. M52 manual swap and sell it. There's no plan to keep this car. This car is strictly to swap it and sell it. So it needs a few odds and ends otherwise, and I'm sure I'll find out some other things it's going to need as I kind of go through it. But it's a pretty solid chassis to start. The underside's pretty rust free. There's a few dents and dings on the outside. This one on the quarter is probably the worst dent, but I think the paint will clean up pretty well. The rear bumper is faded, so that'll need painted or replaced. And then there's a scratch on the driver's door that concerns me a little bit. So I'm trying to source a driver's door, but this is not a very common color, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to find a door. Worst case, I'll have to figure out something there. But so at this point, I've got to kind of dive through the car a little bit. There's a bunch of parts in the trunk. I need to get the M52 out of the bed of my truck and in my garage, and kind of start sorting through that and seeing what I have and what I don't, and then start making a list of parts I need and start acquiring things and get to work. My goal is to have the M44 and the auto trans out by the end of this week, so I've got a couple days to knock that out, and there's not much to it. So I'm gonna yank it out while the car's outside, and then swap this with my E28 in the garage and get it inside so I can start doing some other stuff. Interior is gonna need a little work. Just some odds and ends that I'll need. I need to source either a full replacement seat or a seat cushion, but headliner will need redone. But it's a pretty good and solid base to start with, so I'm excited to get to work on it and see how this thing ends up.